Welcome to College Prep Confidential, empowering your student with the elite tools they need to get accepted to their dream university. Discover test-taking blueprints from Ivy League professionals, financial aid secrets to get more money for school, and mindset tips for a better college future. Now please welcome your host, Don Sevcik.
Welcome back to episode 36 of the College Prep Confidential show. Today's episode is going to be entitled, Is College Worth It? So let's get started. Psst, I have a secret to tell you. That's it. Come a little closer. College may not be worth it for you. Yes, I said that. College may not be the right choice for you. And that's what we're going to talk about this week in episode 36. Ooh, just hearing those words out loud, those are fighting words for some people. And for others, they're a sigh of relief. So let's dive into it and answer that question. Is college worth it? Over the last 5 years, more people are questioning the decision to go to college. Whether it's the 2019 college admissions bribery scandal, the coronavirus changes, or the general sense that college is not all it's cracked up to be, college is not a guaranteed part of a student's life anymore. I graduated high school in 1994 and college in 1998. And the general unspoken agreement back then with colleges was this. College was basically a guaranteed contract that goes like this. You pay us X dollars in tuition, and after you graduate with a degree, you will get a good paying job in the real world. Fast forward to a few years ago, and no, that is not the case anymore. You are not guaranteed a good career out of college anymore. You are not even guaranteed a good salary when you start. The news is saturated with kids with 4-year degrees from good schools who either can't get a job or get a job with pathetic levels of pay. Having worked in the corporate world for over 20 years, I've seen so many talented people get screwed out of promotions, raises, and bonuses. And it can leave many college graduates feeling trapped and confused about the future. Said another way, many college graduates have buyer's remorse. On the flip side, I'm reading about some trade jobs and truck drivers getting paid $100,000 or more in a year. No college degree, no 4 years of school. I see people opting out of college for a better work environment and a future that's not drowning in debt. This includes more and more entrepreneurship. You see, entrepreneurship gets more and more attractive as the job market fluctuates, and people want to forge their own destiny. Back in the day, the general social contract for people like the boomers and even Gen X guys like me was go to college, get a job, work for a company or two until you hit retirement age, and then you retire. Nowadays, the game has completely changed. How do you think a college kid feels staring down $100,000 in debt when he looks on the TV or on YouTube and he sees one of his peers his age filming YouTube videos or doing video game design and making more money in a month than his parents do in a year? How does it feel to watch a kid who skipped college or went to a junior college building and designing apps in his spare time and making piles of money? You don't think today's college students see this? They watch guys like Mark Zuckerberg build Facebook out of a college dorm room, or people like Bill Gates drop out of school to build Microsoft. And what about esports? Kids making 6- and 7-figure deals to play video games like Ninja or run a video game YouTube channel like PewDiePie and make millions. Don't think for a moment that all these factors combined, the job market, the lack of job security in the job world, and the entrepreneurial options available, or the ability to build your own brand online, aren't swaying the decision to go to college, because they are. To get the answer to the question, is college worth it? You want to examine your why. As in, why are you going to college? Because your parents did? Because your friends are going? Because it's what society tells you to do? Here's a better question to ask. Why do you want to go to college? Why do you think you should go to college? Not why do you think you should go to college, but why do you want to go to college? Is it the satisfaction of a degree? Is it for a job or a career that pays well? Or is it to explore your independence? Maybe it's to start your journey from a kid to an adult. Are you going to college to explore a new environment? Think about this question carefully because the answers to these questions count. Why? Because 4 years down the line, you're going to need to justify the why. When you're staring down your college debt and you're looking at a troubled job market, the choice to go to or skip college is one of the primary decisions you will make in your adult life. And it can change the trajectory of your life and your destiny. And the next question is, even if you do go to college, what do you hope to get out of it while you're there? Friends? Networking opportunities? Wisdom? Before you step foot on a college campus, you should write down the questions I just asked and the outcome you wish to have. Because college means different things to different people. And for some, it's a waste of time. For others, it's not about the education, but it's about the networking. For example, do you know why Ivy League schools are priced so high? Sure, the education is strong, but that's not why the price tag is so high. Here's a dirty little secret on why the price tag is so high. It's for the networking. Harvard grads hiring Harvard grads or using the Harvard name to get your way into interviews you'd never make without it. The college you go to says something about you. On a resume or in a conversation, it's part of your identity, whether you want to admit that or not. You see, you don't just go to Harvard or go to Yale. Those schools are part of your identity. You attend an Ivy League school. That's a big mindset shift right there. Schools like this, they provide the master key to the upper echelon of networking. They also act like a Rolex. I mean, come on, you don't buy a Rolex to tell the time. A cheap $20 watch or your phone can tell you that. You buy a Rolex to make a statement about your values. When somebody wants to learn more about you and your values, the Rolex does the talking for you before you ever open your mouth. The same thing happens with your college choice. You may just be in it for the education only, and that's fine. I mean, I chose a small college in a Division III school because I got money to play baseball, and because they were one of the few schools who had an actuarial science program. So the money and the job prospects drove my decision. But that doesn't mean it's right for you. So when you sit down to decide your next steps after college, or if you're in college and you're pondering your next move, figure out your why. Not the why that society and your friends and your peers are pressuring you for, but your why. What's driving and heating up your internal furnace to go to college? What's moving you to go to college, and why are you leaning towards certain schools? And then ask yourself, are those your reasons or somebody else's reasons? College will be a big step in your life. And if you don't get a lot of financial aid, you're already starting off in debt. So the question becomes, is the debt worth it? Put another way, is the juice worth the squeeze? When you buy a house and take out a loan, you build equity, assuming you can sell the house later for a profit. But a college degree has more indirect measures instead of equity. As in, would you have gotten that job without the college degree? Would your network be as strong in your early 20s without the college degree? What wisdom did you acquire at college? And was it worth the price tag and your time investment? And that, my friends, is an important point right there. You don't just invest money, but you also invest time. And time is the most important resource on this planet because you can always make more money and more friends, but you can't ever get back more time. For most of you, the time investment is at least 4 years. And when you think about that, you have to consider something called opportunity cost. What did you give up to invest in a certain opportunity? For college, it's both time and money, because a decision requires an investment. So make sure this investment counts. What may help you is something called the 2-column test. You take out a piece of paper and you make 2 columns. The first column, you write down reasons why you want to go to college. And the second column is reasons why you don't want to or hesitate to go to college. Now, when you finish, compare these lists. Which list is bigger? And do you see any recurring themes in either list? By writing it down, it forces you to make the reasons count, and it helps eliminate wishy-washy decisions. Look at that list once a day for the next week and see what emotions go through you. Does your opinion change from day 1 to day 3 and on? Think about it, because this is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. We covered a lot in this episode, and I want to help you crush college prep if you decide to make the leap. So I put together a list of expert resources for you. Resources like test prep, financial aid, and mindset. And now if you want to check these out, go to cpcshow.com. That's cpcshow.com. And one other thing, if you like this episode, why don't you subscribe to stay up to date on a treasure chest of college prep resources and tips. Also, if you enjoyed prior episodes, I'd love it if you gave us a rating on iTunes. I want to thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.
That's all for this episode of College Prep Confidential. To discover how to give your student a better future by increasing financial aid, improving test scores, and reducing stress, visit our website at cpcshow.com. That's cpcshow.com.